Alright everyone, welcome to Sercacraft. It is I, Xilestar, and we are going to go and end up playing some of this for now. This is pretty much a series that me and a friend of mine have created, mainly just because we wanted to start off something really cool, and not only that, it's also kind of interesting. So, first things first is we need to take a look at our handy dandy rulebook. So here is the Sercacraft rulebook. I'm going to be explaining it as thoroughly as I can. If you guys are still not too sort of what's the wording for it? Not too familiar, or either that, or not even that. More so, not certain that the rules are being explained properly. Let me know. I'll answer your comments, of course. So the first things first is that for Sercacraft rules, we only have, I think, 3 major ones that you definitely need to follow. So there you go. So one is that a main structure cannot be destroyed / looted. This is because this is so though you always have a safe place to go. But when you build a structure and call it your main, so that nobody can loot / grief it. But any farms that are not attached to the main structure. So if I build, let's say, a small wheat farm, like right here, if it's not directly attached to my sort of vehicle here, then anything can sort of destroy it, kind of thing. The other thing that is on the list of things to talk about is that keep your main structure within 2 structure blocks length if you want it to move with you throughout different versions. So the final dimensions, of course, is 32 by 32 by 64, 32 by 64 by 32, or 64 by 32 by 32. These should be your final dimensions for your main structure. As Sercacraft changes between version numbers like 1.14 to 1.15, we change the world. So if you want to keep at least one structure with you while we move it to the next world, so 1.17, we will have a new world. So this world won't be here. So do not worry. Your sort of vehicle or whatever your structure's name will be only you, kind of thing. So even if somebody were to, let's say, take your structure, nobody's going to know that structure like you. So there's that. If you make any other structures and you want to keep them, let me know so that I can give you the structure for personal usage. So let's say I built that wheat farm and I want to keep it for my personal usage. Not just for the server itself, but just so that because I built it and it looks really good. I just let someone like me, obviously, know, and there you go. So something else that this also says is that however you can change your main moving structure. I've changed mine, I think, 3 times already. I think I'm done now. You can change your main moving structure anytime. Just let me know of the change. So if you have, let's say, an underwater base that you want to keep moving with you, and then let's say 1.17, you're like, I'm going to change it up. I want a floating base. Then just let me know, and I'll make sure that that will be that. Break any rules and you'll lose all privileges except for playing on said server. Yeah. So if you break any of those rules, although 3 would be kind of interesting to break, or 2 sort of. Yeah, 2 is going to be kind of interesting if you can break it. The third. So pretty much what everybody's going to have is that anybody who joins this server will be given admin rights. So you'll be OP'd if you're familiar with that term. As soon as you break one of the said rules, or you've done something that does not look correct for us as a whole of the server kind of thing, you will be losing said privilege of having those admin abilities. The only thing is that you'll still be able to play on the server. If you break another rule after that, of course, you'll be able to be given those rights, those like OP abilities back. think we were also talking about ways of getting it back. Pretty much like if you've been very good or bringing it back to the community, maybe during one version number, we might bring it back for you for the next one kind of thing. But other than that, no. Nobody's ever lost their OP rates, pretty much. For help people if you want to, but if they ask for said items, you can choose to sell them for the established currency, refer to the last page for the chart and info. Or just establish a trade. So let's say I want some leather and somebody has some ender eyes. Or I have ender eyes and they have leather and I really need leather. I can trade that over. Or use the established currency. So this is something that we definitely did want to end up saying. These were 1.15, so these are going to be changed to netherite blocks. But similar sense too. So these are if you want to buy an extra structure block. The prices aren't actually going to stay that. They're probably going to be less than that because netherite's rare. But yeah. So if you wanted to buy an extra structure block, it was 30 emerald blocks. If you want to buy a command block, it'll be 20 emerald blocks. If you want to buy a command sign, it is undetected by the server at all, but you can still access it. It's 24 emerald blocks. Let the host know which one you want to buy. So let me know which one you want to buy, so though I know that you have that. So if I go, why do you have more structure blocks than you should? You go, oh, I bought them. It's like, really? I was never informed of this. And then the currency exchange. So 1 emerald block equals 10k gold nuggets. We just use gold nuggets as just a basic part. So we just pretty much just put everything as just adding a 0 and just adding a 0 each and every time. So a gold block is 100 gold nuggets, even though that's not actually how you have to craft it. That's how the system works. So there's that. So for example, 1 leather is 14 gold nuggets. That's it. There's a rulebook for Sercacraft. Another thing that I think that Lucian was getting a little bit of Harkon, and I'm going to clarify it here so that just in case, I end up getting it too. However, I find it unlikely, but who knows. So as you saw, I clicked that sign, and nothing in the but another thing that I want you to end up explaining, though, is that you are allowed to use cheats. So as you'll see through my inventory, fortune level 1000 and efficiency 100. And if I remember correctly, it is this one. Yeah. So we are allowed to use these kinds of tools and all that kind of stuff, though. But I don't really use it that often. Anyway, so this is my structure, my final structure that I'm going to be making and sort of moving along with me. Darn you, this is a Voracle. It's pretty much an all-terrain vehicle. I don't know what to explain, or how else to explain it. It's a vehicle. It's on tank tracks. It's cool. And at some point, I'm gonna make it so though, like these actual, I forget what these are. These droppers or dispensers. I think these are droppers. But yeah, I'm gonna make it so that these can actually shoot like a laser kind of thing, and maybe like explode over here. I think it would be kind of cool. I'm just gonna have to end up finding a way to code it through a command block and code it through a command sign, and I think that would be kind of cool. But as I said, we are going to be moving throughout different versions. We are currently on 1.16.1. Yeah. So yeah. The world didn't change from 1.15 because the only major changes from 1.15 to 1.16 was Nether. So we pretty much just never went to the Nether. At one point, we did have the server on a third-party thing that allowed us to do it for, like, to host it for free, because for some reason, it wouldn't allow my friends to join me. Problem with that was that I couldn't get the world for the life of me, so I asked them if I could just get at least some files from it, because if the only thing that I needed to do instead of getting the world was to just grab structures, then that would have been awesome. No, you have to download the whole thing, and it was very gimmicky and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, for a free alternative, it's the best one that I know of. Yeah. Oh, we're also running data packs. Oh, Travel Train, come on, man. You can do better than that. I need to do stuff in the Nether, but I don't mind actually talking about this kind of stuff. Let's see here. So we do have a couple of cool data packs. I did merge them all in one, so though like it's easier for me to just patch them, so to speak. I do have 2, I believe, installed on here, but altogether we have different ones. So I just want to double check something. Ah, wonderful. Yeah. So let's go up here. Oops. And I'll explain. Now I'm protected from the mobs. So if I go under advancements, and we go under Sercacraft tweaks, I think that it's going to be self-explanatory. Boom. So we did get some data packs from 2 websites. If you want to see them, the links will be in the description below, kind of thing. But the rest of them are on Planet Minecraft. They're mostly just easily accessible. So the first one is Set Home. We got, I'll explain where most of these came from at the end, so there's that. This one adds a trigger that allows you to set a home, teleport back to the home, and go to the last point of death. That's self-explanatory. There are some servers out there that I think use, a bucket plugin or Forge or something. I don't know. It's like something like that. And if they have a similar thing where they allow you to just go like /home instead of just /trigger home kind of thing. But this works the same as that. Dimensional Quarry. This is kind of something that is more of a quality of life kind of thing. So the Dimensional Quarry will generate a mined block every 20 seconds. Ours is a little bit more modified from the original thing, from the original sort of loot table that it has. So yeah. This one is an AFK display. So this was just so though, like, if you're going to use this and you want to go AFK, or you have a smelting area kind of thing, you want to go AFK, you can just go like, here, do this, or even this, and just stay here, and you'll be able to collect free items kind of thing. That's all, and you can just tab, and you'll see that, hey, that guy's name is grayed out. I guess he's not at his keyboard kind of thing. What's the other? What's the other one? Tree Capitator. Yeah, this one is mostly just because, like, chopping down trees is pretty much a chore, pretty much. And I decided to just say, hey, why don't we just add a data pack that just helps that coast along very quickly. Oh, I don't know if we have these anymore. I think I got rid of this. So, but we can mine pickaxes with Silk Touch. We can mine spawners with Silk Touch pickaxes as well. Only iron or higher tier pickaxes with Silk Touch will be able to collect them. Cool. Player graves. This one may not be working. I find it that every time that I try and update the data pack and then reload it, this breaks. So this may or may not work. I might have to patch it again. But yeah. Mob Cutter. Pretty cool. So this allows it that the stone cutter actually does damage to pretty much any mob except the player, cats, and villagers. This is because literally what the stonecutter looks like is it's literally a giant table saw. So obviously it should be doing damage to certain mobs. But obviously it isn't, so yeah. We need to sort of fix that. And adds the ability for one player to sleep and skip throughout the night. This we don't really need because we're relatively going to have like one person on at a time. Kind of thing. A player will drop their head when killed. I don't know. I think we just wanted this just because. And the last one is that playing without phantoms means that we don't get phantom membranes. So which means that we don't naturally get the slow falling potions and no elytra repair. So luckily bats also have it. And there you go. That's pretty much all the data packs for the most part. And we have one currently disabled. I'll show you guys that one real quick. Does it actually? What? I clicked that. Thank you. Available. Dude. Okay, well apparently it doesn't give me a list. Are you like... Do you just not want to work? Okay, whatever. So we also have one that, if it will ever actually try and end up working, a vein miner data pack. So if we wanted to be able to, let's say, mine a giant cluster of iron, or we'll be able to just do it with just one pickaxe. Now I did get Tree Capitator and the vein miner to be updated to the latest version of Minecraft, so that's awesome. Yay. Here, you can have the skin of your brethren. Yay. Maybe there's another. Yeah, I'm pretty decent. Be prepared for it. I'm not. That doesn't really matter. Nope, I forgot one thing actually. I forgot my compass. No. I need my compass. I need my compass. I need my compass. Compass. There we go. Yeah, I had an old vehicle for this server, and Lucian kindly sort of blew up the area where it was, so I kind of had to leave it behind, which was sad because I actually did like the area. We've sort of been through a lot. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try and get to our nether portal and see what horrors we'll be able to find. Also, when 1.16.2, I think, is the one that we're currently getting snapshots for, well, comes out, we will be updating to that version. So, just not immediately, because I'm going to have to wait until I know for a fact that the Minecraft.net has the server job. Yeah, okay. I have netherite, so piglins will attack me. Should be fine. Well, if I magically die, I'm going to be quite surprised. I so far found an abandoned portal where I used to be. And I've yet to find a bastion. Oops. Leave me alone. Ha, you guys can't go in trees. There you go. Let's find out if we can go over here.